Did you know that following through on your word and taking action on your word is actually really good for your unconscious mind? So imagine if every promise you made to yourself was actually a building block that shaped the success that you want. So each time you follow through, you're just not keeping a commitment. You're reinforcing trust within. You're aligning your actions with your intentions and programming your mind for success. So what happens if you continually do this, and what happens if you break that promise, even a small one? So in this audio, we're going to go deep into that right now. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And one of the easiest ways to achieve success is to follow through on your word, because that actually helps the unconscious mind. It helps build internal trust. It helps build belief in yourself, belief in your intentions, your actions, your dreams, your beliefs. And in this episode, this audio, we're going to go over different ways why this matters so much. And you'll also learn about some different things about the unconscious mind that will make you want to do this. So as you're listening, think of something that you really, really want to achieve and tell your unconscious mind that you're going to do it. So then after this audio, you can follow through on that because you want to build trust with the unconscious mind. Now, the first reason that you really want to do this is to build self-trust and integrity with yourself. Your unconscious mind is going to love this because when you make a commitment and you follow through, your unconscious mind learns that you can be trusted. So it's going to want to give you more and more. Now, the unconscious mind, it tends to remember patterns. So if you are keeping all of your commitments, it's going to think you are reliable. And if you break commitments, even small ones, then that's going to create incongruency. And your unconscious mind is going to think you're unreliable, and it's not necessarily going to give you what you want. So you need to follow through so your unconscious mind trusts you. And one of the easiest way to gain trust with your unconscious mind is with hypnosis. So listen to any of the hypnosis audios I upload every week to build trust with the unconscious mind. However, when you build trust and when you follow through on your actions, the one thing that the unconscious mind loves to do that's really beneficial for this is the unconscious mind loves to generalize. So what does that mean? Let's say that you're following through on your commitments, on your promises to yourself within your relationship, and your relationship starts to improve. Or maybe it's already so good and it's just getting better and better. Your unconscious mind starts to generalize that success, and your unconscious mind starts to think with you because it trusts you. It starts to think with you thinking, where else can we have this success? Maybe in business, maybe in your job, maybe in your career, maybe in health and fitness, your personal growth. Your unconscious mind is going to take that trust, take those promises, take those commitments, and wants to see you succeed in all different areas of your reality. So think about that. Any promise, any commitment, big, small, tiny, it's going to help you if you follow through because your unconscious mind is going to generalize and it's going to create success for you whenever and wherever in your reality that you want. So super important. That's the first reason. The other reason is the unconscious mind. This is where all habits, behaviors, change, learning takes place. So that means that your unconscious mind, it relies heavily on things like routines and habits. Think about it. 95% of the things that you do are unconscious. You actually have to sit there and think how you brush your teeth, how you put on your shoes, how you drive the car. No, everything is on autopilot. Your unconscious mind is doing everything that you do without you giving it any clear direction every single time. You don't have to send it a clear message all the time. Your unconscious mind doesn't need that. Once it knows that habit, that behavior, that learning, that change, it does it for you. So what if you could create intentions with everything? And what if instead of having things like inner conflict and self-doubt when you're not aligned with your actions, what if you gave your unconscious mind new habits, new behaviors, new learnings, new changes? And you did those just a few times. You followed through just a few times. Your unconscious mind only needs some repetition for a habit to be installed. So if you install that new habit, you follow through on your word, and you repeat this, your unconscious mind is going to install that as a new habit, a new behavior. And your unconscious mind is then going to learn from that. And the learning will allow you to do things easily and effortlessly. So imagine if you had new habits just because you followed through on your word. It's really interesting to think about, isn't it? Another reason that you really want to follow through on your word and how you can use your unconscious mind to really create the success that you want is following through creates a nice strategy in your mind. So each success that you have, each time you follow through, it reinforces that strategy. In your unconscious mind, it generalizes, so it's going to begin to expect success in the future. This builds momentum. This is motivating. You'll be able to start to expand past any challenge with so much confidence. Now, what is a strategy? A strategy is essentially a sequence of different internal representations that you do with your senses. So I'm talking visual, auditory, kinesthetic feeling, or smell and taste, or even your self-talk. And you do these things in your mind, these steps, in a certain order. And that certain order produces results. And you have a strategy for everything that you do. And I mean everything. You have a strategy for love, for success, for all the habits that you do, for all the good things, for all the things that aren't serving you well. That's a habit too. That's why you keep doing them. That's why you have a strategy. So imagine if you could create a really easy strategy for everything, and your unconscious mind just produce that over and over, because that's the thing with a strategy. It leads to a specific result. So you could design a new strategy when you follow through with your word, and that'll show your unconscious mind that it will want to do this over and over, because your unconscious mind wants you to begin to expect success in the future. It wants that for you. So when you follow through on your word, you give your unconscious mind a strategy for success. We have unconscious strategies for everything that we do. And the last thing is you get to program your mind toward achievement. Now, a lot of people, there's two ways to be motivated. You could be motivated away from something, or you could be motivated toward something. And your unconscious mind, it doesn't really determine whether something's big or small. It just wants those habits, those patterns, those behaviors, that learning. So it doesn't matter if you're doing something big or small. Your unconscious mind is going to strengthen with the intention that you're achieving something. So when you're going towards what you want, your unconscious mind, you're training, you're programming your unconscious mind to move towards your goals all the time with focus. You're going to be really, really focused so that your unconscious mind and conscious mind are aligned on intentions and goals. Your conscious mind, you set goals with the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the goal setter, and the unconscious mind is the goal getter. So when you follow through on your word, you're going to keep getting those goals for you. Your unconscious mind wants to get those goals for you. You want to build trust with your unconscious mind. So do one of these 4 things, and better yet, you can do all of them. And even better, you can give yourself positive suggestions. This helps you focus on what you want. And when you focus on what you want, your mind gives you what you focus on 100% of the time. So if you're going to do something, tell yourself that you're going to do it. And if you don't feel like doing something, that doesn't mean that you have to do it. However, when you tell your mind that you're going to do something, follow through, because your mind wants to give you what you want and what you focus on. So take away that message and anything else that resonates with you. Here, I know you can, because you are an intelligent person and because you deserve it. Thanks so much for listening. Go ahead and comment below what you think is the most important reason to follow through on your word. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately, leaving comments, recommendations, suggestions. It really helps me keep making audios and videos every single day. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.